We now return to Let's Play City Skylines. Things are growing up around here, and we're just going to continue on with the same goals that I have had the last several episodes. I don't know what is going on graphically. There's a lot of jagginess going on. I've got the graphic settings up to max. I don't know how people get their games to look so pretty. It seems to me like the other series I see on YouTube are not as janky or as flat. I don't know if it's to do with like the shadow settings or what, but this seems very jagged. Anyway, we've got a lot of demand for industry, so I think we should probably just continue on with that, seeing as how that's really all I've got left. Okay, well, let's put in some more farms down here. And that's not actually the one that I wanted. This is what I wanted. That's okay, though. We can take this and move you somewhere else for a minute. I want to do more of, like, the field farms. So we'll take you there, put you in, like, a small field, separate it a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that road, dirt road here, that we're just going to let connect up along the way. How about right here? Okay, and then I'll come in, do something else with this in a minute. Let's change this from corn to, say, potatoes, and then this will look for corn, and we'll turn this into, I guess that can also be potatoes. Keep small potato fields. I gotta get cotton in here somewhere, but anyway, I'm not going to fiddle with that just yet. Although I kind of would like to maybe somehow... It doesn't rotate. Okay, well, never mind. Must be something I did with the road there. I suppose I could maybe pull the road out, but whatever. We'll just leave it. And it's like that one song. The one song in the playlist is really loud and the rest are really quiet. Okay, where was I? Yeah. Let's continue on with some fields here. Let's break this up a little bit. We want to keep, well, okay, we can't put that there. Let's go back to some of these fields, and that's not going to work there, sadly. What about this? Definitely not. Alright, this may pose a little bit of a challenge. I guess I could get some of that going in there. What else do we have here? A milking parlor. A large barn. I mean, really, just continuing on with the crops here is about the only thing I've got going. What about a warehouse? That was kind of a deal here, right? There we go. Put a warehouse over here. Kind of looks to me... Oh boy. Well, I'm not a fan of that. In fact, I'm not a fan of that so much that I'm going to move it over. And at the very least, having it dug into a cliffside is one thing, but... shared resources. Zone industry for farming products. We'll just do like that, I guess. Sure. This is actually really bothering me. I'm gonna try and fix this. Once again, here we are, fiddling with the damn roads. Okay, maybe that'll work. Come on. Oh. Well, I mean, it looks a little bit better. Not a lot of bit better, but a little bit better. Okay. So where else are we here? Actually, do I want to put that there? I keep forgetting to check this before I make those decisions. It is kind of situated on some valuable real estate there. I wish this would stay on. It's not super valuable. Yeah, okay. Since it's such a pain to actually put anything here, let's go ahead and put this back. and then bearing in mind that there's this stuff right here. So what I think I'm going to do, maybe rope that off if I can. Kind of come up in here and run a little bit of a parallel. I can kind of see based on, well, let's make it look a little bit nicer. Based on the color of the ground here. Alright. Now I want to try this again with just putting in regular industry. It is in a what is wrong with me? It is in an industrial zone, which means that these should be influenced to turn into industrial, agricultural industries. It does not seem to be going on, so I need somebody to tell me what the hell is happening here. Because I feel like before the DLC, that's exactly what these would do, is they would transform into industries that fit the zone. These just seem to be regular industries, and I'm not understanding why. So, before that monstrosity continues in there, let's just go ahead and get rid of that problem right there. And let's figure this one out now, what I'm going to do here. So, let this keep running. Large warehouse is not what I want, and I don't want to have this stuff going here yet. I mean, that doesn't help anybody. I could put more workers' barracks out here. I kind of want to keep all that stuff central. I don't know, this is such a weird thing. You know, really this entire DLC just goes against my entire experience of farms and how things are actually laid out. I have never seen an industrial zone that was a farm. You know, like, farming here is very sparse and spread out. Alright, I need to look at this stupid thing again. I don't know why it's showing me traffic anyway, I didn't want traffic. So, I guess if I maybe actually move that road. Or we could have, let's see, if we have that curve here. Yeah, let's curve a road up that way. And that still leaves us with this loop. So really I could maybe move this just to cut across from there, and we'll have another loop here that I guess would come maybe face it here. It would, I don't know how to section this off. You know, I just don't like any of this actually. Let's not do this. Because what I actually kind of like is to not snap. Oh hey, we got a train. Stop. It is transporting just a little bit of freight. It's not specifying what it is, but I'm assuming it has to be, you know, agricultural goods. Anyway, yeah, so we want to kind of get as close as possible. Actually, how about I just grab the grid? Does that work? Close as possible. Create me a little square here. God, that looks terrible. Why does it do that? I guess we'll pull it back one. That's a little better. This, pull it up into about here. Why don't you just stay on? Oh, that's way too far. Way too far, way too far. So we'll go ahead and curve this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of this, but fix the bend just a little bit. It's a little bit better. Okay. Pull that back. And then I guess we're going to call this one in here. Really? And boy, this cuts right through. Well, I guess I could always just get rid of it and have it come around the backside. That would give us a lot more space, but then we're killing off this whole area. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna wing it here. Something funky like that. That is terrible. That is better. Alright, can I get you to maybe be in here? Well, there's no reason to be in here though, because that's not fertile ground. Do, I don't know, pears? I don't even really want this out here, to be honest. Okay, let's do quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. Holy crap! I did not realize. You're gonna start here. Okay, so this funky road thing, not working out. We need a big farm here. I guess if I were to do a road up the backside now, can you just keep with me here? Just why? Just why? Just why? Why are you snapping to this? Pisses me off. It is incredibly irritating. Okay, can we get something else along the side? Actually, maybe. Oof, that is very close. Ooh, it is extremely... so close, in fact. It is perfectly what I need. Question is, though, is it actually? See, because that whole... Alright. It looks like it's all or nothing.
Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures.
How do you just predict that? I mean, I'm sure there's actual real-world science for stuff like that, but like, how do you just... you know, it's feeling a bit sinkholey today. Alright, you know what? I was looking at separating it for the tree line and all that, but I think we're just gonna... Okay.
A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information.
It's right here. Hello, disaster people? It's right here. God, what I was really hoping was I could just get a little bit of space in between these so that I could put my tree divisions. Because what I'd like to change this to is cotton. Just continue that. And for the sake of appearances, we'll go ahead and do not that one, but that one. It is not pertinent at all to cotton. We wouldn't put cotton in a silo. I guess that means I can just do this then. That'll work. Okay, so once again, this area here is not super helpful in terms of being... Oh my god, can you just please not do that? I'm gonna pull this over here. When it doesn't snap to anything, it shouldn't make nodes. I don't understand why it makes nodes. It just does, and it's extremely irritating. What else can we put over here? A thin strip of something. What does this look like as a greenhouse? Digs into the ground. Yeah, it looks awful. More potatoes. What happens if I alter this? Nothing, it just kind of moves. One of the dangers of playing with mods, I guess, is that you can inadvertently screw with a bunch of things. That looks terrible. That looks absolutely terrible. We're gonna get rid of that. And this demand is crazy. We are filling in this stuff immediately. I guess that just is because of this. We're filling in a lot here. Can I get more? Let's try more office. I really don't want it that close. And, you know, I want a little bit more variety. So we'll say we'll do that. And like that. So we'll wipe out that one there, we'll wipe out those two there, put in a little bit of commercial there, and for whatever commercial that doesn't wrap up, I'd like to continue this. We're going to see how that totally screws with whatever's going on here. I may have to adjust this, pull the railroad off. Oh, speaking of railroad, let's change this to, how about the B and O? O. Railroad. Since you can't actually label the rails themselves, we'll have to label stations, and so that is going to limit me significantly because there are a total of 8, and only 8 rail stations. One of which, if I keep it in the naming convention of New Jersey and do the short line, that is going to be the in-town tram line, which I want to have running along the avenues here eventually. So I don't know what I'm going to do specific to that. I mean, if I'm going to do these metros and they're going to have stops at each point, I'm not really sure. Can I name the... I can name a line. Okay, so I guess we'll be looking at that then. How do I get a rail line like this then? Does Cargo, I guess, doesn't count as a line? Well, anyway, so maybe we'll just label the lines instead of the stations. I figure, you know, B&O works, though, because it's kind of probably smelly over here. Speaking of, let's do, not one of those. Well, I mean, I could do a slaughterhouse. God, that's big. That's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. What about a milking parlor? That is also big. What is this thing? This is a cattle shed. That's that same thing right there. I could move the cattle shed so that I could put a milking thing here. Let's do that. Well, what I actually meant to do was move it. Okay, good. I'm actually pleased to see that it maintained the, it actually maintained the whole supply that it had in there. I am going to pull this away, though. I'm going to pull it away so that I can do the same thing I did to this and put trees and fence line along it. And then we can go back into here, and now we can grab this milking parlor, which for whatever reason unknown to me is quite enormous. I guess I could put a big silo there, followed by, I don't know, another warehouse? Nope, warehouses definitely will not fit there. Hell. Nothing fits there. A tiny strip of something might fit there. It definitely doesn't. Why are you fussing right now? Okay, well, I don't know what to put there then. I guess we can just put this. And I really don't want this to be lined up here. I really don't, but maybe I will. Nah. Have it face this way. Have it face this way. Bring it off the road there a little bit, sure. And then I'll do some decorative stuff later. You know, it's weird. I mean, I get that there's pollution involved in these things, but it's weird that the game portrays it as like this hazy air pollution. I have driven by more than a few stockyards in my time, and they are not like that. Cows put off methane, sure, but not like that. You are out of water's reach. That is probably because I am doing... okay, let's do a little bit better there. Okay, and then as for you, you can come down here. And we'll put it underneath the... I mean, aside from that little gap, was this even necessary? Not really. I mean, it's not really. The coverage without it is good enough. There's this strip here, but so what? It bothers me that this doesn't seem to have enough water. We've got plenty of water in the system. Speaking of water, I mean, God, there's so many directions to pull in, including the flooded boardwalk. Oh boy. Well, this doesn't seem to be working. So I did put in the key wall all along here. This doesn't seem to have dramatically affected the, Oof. You know what? I'm thinking of putting a canal in here. maybe is just a way to have some runoff. Maybe I'll end up having to do that here too. Somehow this suddenly became a very low level area. Fortunately, though, it's raised my boat. I don't know where all this water came from suddenly. Because it moved back, and then it's like it hit the edge of the map and it started moving this way now again. So I don't know where the actual water level is. It kind of bothers me a little bit. What are we looking at here? Okay, so they are jamming right up. That doesn't look good at all. Okay. Well, I will probably pull this railway back a little bit. I don't think I can even actually develop this as just one by. What develops as a one by? Let's put some down and find out. A lot of big bites here. Following the Starbucks strategy, I guess. I say Starbucks strategy. It actually happens a lot everywhere. Japan convenience stores, for example, are notorious for doing that, where they put one on every street corner and try and squeeze out the competition. Okay. Well, I am still blown away by the demand here. Ooh, and now we are totally filling up cargo. Love that. Looks like it's offloading it, though. Yeah, this is all it had to bring back. And this is not... Yeah, we just can't do this. This is going to be a high-traffic area, quite literally, what with the train coming in and all. So I'm going to have to figure out something to do with this, and I don't know. I guess I could do a little bit of a raise, seeing as how the ground level is much higher than this. I just don't think there's any good solution to this. And now the traffic really is coming in, especially with garbage trucks. I do kind of want to move the garbage as well. Right now I just kind of put it out here as convenience, but really, in terms of gameplay, it is actually far better to have little smatterings around the city, because then they are much more likely to be able to get to it. Like, for example, if I develop this part of the city, it is going to take all day for the garbage to get there, and then that's going to, be a problem. So we're going to end up having multiple garbage centers. Oh yeah, I also changed this to be its own area, and that is largely because I want to go in here and turn this into, well, tourism is what I wanted it to do. There's a tourism focus in here somewhere. Now, anyway, I want to change this to a tourist area so that we develop, hotels and the like. So we'll work on that. But yeah, anyway, so amongst the projects I wanted to do, I want to also put in the waterworks and get that going. And I think I'm going to put it right here in this area here. There's nothing else I'm ever going to develop here. And I think that if I put in the treatment plants, it should be over here too, because if you've ever driven by sewage and or water treatment, it's awful. So for my for role-playing sake, I think it's good to put it out here. So I'm actually going to do something like this. We're going to get started a riverfront road system. Now, it's also changing the terrain on the other side. Well, be that as it may. So yeah, I'm going to get this started. That may mean eventually I'll want to change the interchange here, because I will want another road running through here eventually, so that they can get off the highway here, mirroring this. But obviously, since it's got a three corners of a highway, and then it's got to also interchange into an arterial road, we got to do something about that. Lots of planning still. Lots of everything still. God, we need jobs like crazy. The The office spaces did move in, though, and they still didn't take care of... Well, God, not with that. Not with only 8 workers in an entire office building. Financial News only has 8 workers in this whole building? What in the hell? So how do I fix that? Is it when it develops higher? I don't know what's going on there or how that happens, but wow, okay. Not enough customers at the All Things Superstore. I find that hard to believe, but interesting nonetheless. Well, anyway, we're still not getting a whole lot done, not nearly as much as I would like. We have boosted up to a level 3 industrial area, almost level 4. That's cool. But we are actually importing a lot. Why? I would like to know what. Resources that are imported from buildings outside the industry or outside the city. I would like to know what specifically, though. Improved logistics. What can we do here? Packing and scheduling. More efficient. Increases storage capacity of extractors and processing buildings. Increases upkeep costs. So that's storage capacity. We don't need to worry about that. Work safety. Increases worker health. Well, we can have worker safety improvement, sure. Well, God, I don't know. Still isn't really doing what I want it to do. Is this the only one that I've got for... Oh, corn. Okay, for the feedlot, yeah. Still a lot of things to do in here, though. And this is only one industrial area. I would, as I say, like to expand out here and possibly even run forest. Like, if I could have this arterial come through here and run past forestry, get that. Oh, by the way, I checked using this generic industrial zone, and this industrial zone immediately changes to the first industry you put down. So it's not like a multi-use, multi-function industrial area. That's a little bit unsettling. I should also change the solar thing so it's not sitting right here. I'd like to put that over here where we're going to have the electric company, wherever that's going to be. And I think that what I'll do is I will probably take like this solar updraft tower and make it like a centerpiece that then I have several solar farms around, because actual solar farms are enormous, and since this is the only representation without downloading something from the workshop, about the only way I'm going to handle that. And I thought about this earlier. I don't like the fact that there's such a short distance between stoplight intersections, but I also don't think it would be good to change this into a roundabout, because then you'd have a roundabout going straight into stoplights. And that doesn't work in real life, I know, because I live in a city that does that, but so I don't know how to fix that. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to have roads connecting to what will be this section, but I'm going to have them tunnel underneath so they don't interfere with the flow here, because that's really the whole point of having this arterial. So I will connect some of these roads as we develop this area over here, and we'll have to go from there. Obviously, I did not do anything with the plazas that I said I was going to do, but, well, you know, that's the brakes. Let's do a little bit more commercial, getting in that zone. Just out of curiosity here, my God, it is so noisy in the city. I feel like that's something you can't avoid anyway. And this whole thing of using office buildings to block noise, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. And there are highway barrier sections so that we can add like a noise dampening, but they don't work on bridges. Yeah, these ones. Sound barrier. Can't upgrade on a bridge. And I don't really even know why this was bridge. You know, I mean, it could have just had a bridge, but that was the default. Like, up until here, it was already elevated. And then it kind of tapers off here, so that's weird. I thought about actually shrinking this down, so having it right after the off-ramps, having it come down to the ground, but if I'm going to connect this up to this, I may as well just extend this actually so it can go under the elevated, but again, there's that quandary of should I do that because then I can't put sound barriers. So basically, I would be utilizing city blocks and roads to be bridges over where I'd have to tunnel over. So I don't know, there's still quite a few decisions, but I would really like to accelerate the pace a little bit if I can. So to that end, I think next time, and I know I keep having plans, I think next time I'll work on the water industry, because I think these will hopefully take up some jobs. It doesn't seem like they will take up too many. I mean, I don't know, do they count as jobs? Do they? I don't know that, actually. You'd think people would have to work there, like a water treatment plant, but I don't know that it actually considers it to be a job. I don't, for the purpose of it, I don't think it does, because it doesn't count workers. There's no worker thing here. Okay, well, so it doesn't count city jobs as being part of the workforce. That's interesting. Okay, well, anyway, so we'll forego that then, because that's just going to be cosmetic mostly, unless I also wanted to add the water treatment, but that can wait. So getting this developed, at least the roads early on, will allow me to put down some of this generic industrial, because I would like to do that. I would like to have, you know, sort of like the bakery plant and all that stuff, and then just have sort of the generic industry, and then we'll put some of the low density residential and smatterings of commercial in there, because rather than have this where it's definitely, you know, how can I see this better? I don't know which one that is. Anyway, you know, where it's very segmented and segregated, I would like to change the pattern a little bit so that it's more blocks. Actually, I haven't decided if I want to do it here or if I want to do it here. I feel like it would work better here, but I would like to change the pattern and do it after Savannah, Georgia, specifically the old town of Savannah, Georgia. It's got a very interesting pattern of basically super blocks where it has a lot of walking space and it mixes a little bit of commercial in amongst residential, and it's very cool looking. I'd like to try it in this game. Anyway, time to end this one here. I will see you next time.